I'm just going to talk about my top 10 most anticipated movies of this year, and that starts off with number 10, Kung Fu Panda 4. I grew up adoring the Kung Fu Panda franchise. It really never did me any wrong. I had so much fun watching all of those films, so just to get the chance to revisit that childlike wonder is so exciting to me, and I can't wait to watch this film. And also, the trailer looked pretty entertaining, so there you go. At 9 is Gladiator 2, and I mean, yeah, how can I not be at least a little excited for this film? You know, you got Ridley Scott back making a sequel to what is probably his most infamous film, maybe aside from Alien, and it stars Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal. It looks to be really promising, and we haven't seen any trailers yet, but I'm really excited for this film. At 8, we have The Bike Riders, and really my excitement for this film stems from Austin Butler. I have so much faith in him possibly becoming a real movie star, so I just want to see his career continue to grow, and this looks to be a really promising next step alongside another film that's coming out this year that I will talk about later in the video. And yeah, I can't wait to see it. He looks like he's gonna have a really interesting performance alongside Tom Hardy. The film also seems to be sort of like in the same style of those gangster Martin Scorsese movies. So, I mean, it should at least be good, if not better. In all honesty, I have kind of mixed feelings on the trailer to my next movie, which is Furiosa, but I trust George Miller and his just legacy with these Mad Max movies. I mean, look at Mad Max Fury Road. It was incredible and breathtaking, and now you got Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth just coming in to have a movie just styled very similarly that's a prequel to that. Honestly, if this film could at least achieve a fraction of Fury Road's greatness, I would call that a win. At 6, we have Joker Folie à Deux. I kind of like the first Joker movie. I like Joaquin Phoenix. I like Lady Gaga as an actor. I like musicals, so yeah, I should hopefully like this movie too. At 5, we have Civil War, which wasn't really on my radar until I saw Kaylee Spaney in the Priscilla movie, but after I saw her give an excellent performance there, and then I saw the trailer to this film, I knew I had to see it. It looks really good and just really interesting, especially for the political climate we are in today. It seems like this film could be making a really interesting commentary on America as we know it. And I can't wait to see that. I think Alexander Garland is a really good director. Let's forget about Men. Just forget it ever happened. Aside from Men, great director. At 4, we have Challengers. Just look at the trailer of this film. You know, it looks so entertaining and intriguing, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see Zendaya's performance, everyone else's performances. I just can't wait to see that how that love triangle ends up working out. Also, I grew up going to the US Open with my grandparents, so getting to see tennis on the big screen to me it's a little special because I have sort of a personal connection with the sport. Coming in at 3, we have Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers. It is Eggers' 4th film, and he has become one of the most trusted horror thriller type of directors, and now he's making a film retelling Nosferatu, starring a lot of really talented actors. And look at the set photos. It looks like it could be really good. And I trust Eggers, and until he lets me down, I will always really anticipate a Robert Eggers movie. In 2nd, we have Horizon: An American Saga. Some of you probably haven't heard of this before, but it's essentially a 2-part Western epic. The first part is coming out in June, and the second is coming out in August. It's directed by Kevin Costner. It has a really good-looking cast, and I'm a sucker for for good westerns. I really like good westerns. So to get to watch a western epic like this that has two parts coming out in the same year, that obviously means that the studios really trust the film. They trust Costner. So you know what? I'm gonna trust the studios that are trusting the film and Costner and go with my gut, assuming that this should be a really good time at the movies. Before we get to my probably really obvious number one, I just want to mention 5 honorable mentions: The Book of Clarence, Drive Away Dolls, Hitman, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Blitz. My number one anticipated movie for this year is Dune Part 2. Part 1 was my second favorite movie of 2021. I loved it to death. I loved the performances. I loved the world building, the cinematography, the visual effects, just the everything of Dune Part 1 was breathtaking to me. And I've already watched it multiple times, and I will watch it again right before watching Part 2. And most of that film is really setting up Part 2. And I loved the setup. Denis Villeneuve did a really great job with the setup, but Part 2 is the meat of the Dune story. So it's obviously just kind of set up to be the better film. And with how good Part 1 already was, I can't even fathom how good Part 2 is probably going to be. But what about all of you? What are your most anticipated movies of this year? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, please feel free to like and subscribe. This is a really small channel that I am so passionate about, and I would love to have your support. I can't wait to make a bunch of really great movie-related content this year, and I can't wait for all of you to see it. So please stay tuned. It's gonna be a great year, just gonna keep growing on what we already started in 2023, and it's gonna be a great year for us. Take care, everyone.